Fitness studio owners, I bet your competitors are not doing this yet. And if they are, they're probably not doing it effectively. And that is B2B marketing. But before we dive in, if you are a gym owner looking to get more members, more money, or more minutes back in your day, go ahead and click the link in the description below to jump on a free strategy call with one of our member success consultants to see if you are a good fit for our 360 Plus program. In that program, we're seeing amazing results, and it's something you definitely want to look into and see if you're a good fit for. In that program, our members are seeing an average of over $8,000 added in MRR in the first 30 days. 30 days, people, working with us. So go ahead and click that link in the description below. All right, so we have talked a lot about having multiple lines in the water.
Like you say, Matt, many lines and many waters, and we figured out a really good line and a really good water.
You've got to have a lot of lines in the water.
But you can't survive off of one line in the water. Who's guilty of having one line in the water at any given time? Yeah.
And I know the people who have heard us before know this, but for those who have maybe are just hearing us for the first time, why is it so important to have multiple lines in the water and what that even means?
Yeah, okay. We're not talking fishing.
No.
But we could.
Yeah.
We could,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So if we're fishing and we throw one line into the water, I now have one chance to catch a fish, right?
Right.
If I throw 8 lines into the water, I now have
8 chances.
8 chances to catch a fish. Marketing's no different, right?
Right.
So what we look to do is create this omnipresent type effect. Far too often we see gym owners want to put all their eggs into one basket.
Yeah.
Typically that basket is digital marketing, right? And we look to the likes of Facebook and Instagram, which is fantastic, right? Digital marketing is definitely something that we want to do. There's an exponential reach to it. Really good way to drive some lead flow, drive some awareness to the brand, but it can't be the only thing, right? Again, it doesn't matter. We don't have like one special pole that we throw into the water, right?
Yeah.
It is just one stream, right? So what we need to do is get multiple lines in the water, right? And digital marketing is one of them.
Right.
We have business to business is another one.
I know, which is why we are focusing on B2B in this specific video. You have a Panera story. I think it was previously Paradise Bakery, but now it's Panera. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you used that in your B2B strategy?
It was Paradise Bakery. RIP Paradise Bakery and their cookies. But that's actually what we did, right? Is we started a presale location. And presale's a weird animal, right? It's fun, but if you don't have quite the process built out for it, it can be super daunting, and you're like, I'm not quite sure what to do with it. So with presale, what I chose to do with this to really get into business to business is I went to the local Paradise Bakery and actually asked them for any of their extra cookies. Typically they donate them to like a food bank. I happen to be that food bank that they donated to for a couple weeks on end, right? So what happens is I went in there and we loaded up cookies in little boxes, and I tucked a business card on there. It was actually my business card and a big orange bow. I tied it up. It was very fancy. And then we went around to all the local businesses. So typically for business to business, I'm looking like a 3 to 5 mile radius of businesses around me. Now, what happens a lot of times is studio owners are like, okay, well, I only want to look towards complementary businesses. So what are complementary businesses? So
massage,
exactly, massage, chiropractor, any of like the juice places, like Whole Foods, things that are more complementary to what we do.
Right.
My brain goes a little bit crazy, right? I like lines in the water. Complementary, awesome line in the water. Let's do like non-complementary too, right? I'm going off the rails with this one, and I want to do something completely different because I want to touch everybody in that 3 to 5 mile radius. There's something to be said in a pre-sale time, and especially going business to business, almost being a little bit disruptive in your marketing, right? So went and got my cookies, right? Bows, the works, business card, cool. And then went around business to business. Hi, I'm your new neighbor, right?
Yeah.
And that's really what it is, hey, listen, we're opening up a gym, okay, right at the corner of this and this, right? Here's our intersection. We're right where we're at. We're next to Total Wine. You know where Total Wine is? And they're like, oh my gosh, do I know where Total Wine is?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you do, right? Of course, everyone knows where Total Wine is.
Yeah, of course.
Right? I'm like, cookies and Total Wine. They're like, this dude is not a gym owner. But I walked in, right? And all of a sudden, like this little bit of humor and some rapport.
Right.
All of a sudden, their guard's down.
Yeah.
Right? And I brought you cookies.
Yeah.
Right? I just wanted to say hi. We're new to the area. That's a key thing right there, right? Is we want to make sure that we're not walking in selling. Because who's ever seen like the no solicitors on the door, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
you're like, I guess I can't go in there and sell. Like, I'm not going in there and selling either,
Yeah.
right? I'm going in there and saying hello.
Introducing yourself.
I'm bringing you a gift. I'm using humor to kind of bring down some barriers.
Right.
And I'm walking in and I'm like, hey, we've actually introduced ourselves and partnered with quite a few other local businesses in the area. Talk to me. What does, XYZ do? What do you do here?
Right.
What happens is oftentimes studio owners want to walk in and say, hi, we have a gym around the corner. Do you mind if we leave some business cards or some flyers on your counter? Sure. Right? What happens is you leave your business cards or flyers on the counter, right? Awesome. You're like, yes, got into the business. I left my flyers on the counter. And the second that you walk out, they go like this. Literally at that point, McKenna just threw money away.
Right.
Like you may as well throw in $100 in the trash can and be like, talk to that business, did it,
Yeah.
right?
Just checking off the
So,
box.
so how do we change this, right? Like, I don't want to go in there and just be like, hey, will you do for me? Because then I am that solicitor, right? So how do we do this is we walk in there and notice my first question to you was like, what do you guys do here?
Right.
It's not about me, it's about you,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So there's a phrase here that you want to give with your heart before you ask of their hand. So what does that mean? It's like, we want to give back first, right? I want to talk about you before I start asking you for stuff.
Right.
And more important than that, I actually want to be able to give you stuff before I ask you,
Right.
right? But then there's this obligation that we're building.
Exactly.
So we go in there, right? Have my cookies, boom. Have my cookies, walk in. Hey, tell me what you do here. And they're like, oh, well, we are actually X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It sounds like we serve either the same, right? If we're talking complimentary, it sounds like we serve the same customer,
Right.
right? Or, oh my gosh, I think my members would love this place.
Yeah.
That's why they work out, is so they can eat pizza all day. That's what we do over here.
Right.
Right? And so we can position this either way, to whether it's complimentary, that line in the water, or the non-complimentary, also that line in the water, right? I just want to fish where the fish are,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm doing, right? Is we're asking about their business. Oh my gosh, it sounds like we serve the same person. Knowing that, how can I help drive more people into your business for you? Guys, this is what it is, right? This is business to business, is how can I help you,
Yeah.
right? Once they're like, oh, wow, wasn't expecting that,
Yeah.
right?
Jinx, buy me a Coke.
Oh,
No talking.
Yeah, I mean, did you want to hand out some cards to your members? Yeah, we're actually having a grand opening party here in 3 weeks, right around the corner. I would love to invite you down.
Right.
If you wanted to bring some pizzas, some samples, whatever, I would love to invite you down. We're going to have 5, 6, 1,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
You let me know if you're in. We have a couple other businesses in the area that we've partnered with that also want to come in. Time out. What is that? Social proof, right? Because now they're like, oh, okay, other businesses have done
doing
this. I'm in,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Typically what happens is they're like, what can I do for you? How can I help you
Yeah.
grow your business? If they don't, right? Totally okay. Sometimes they just don't think like that, but they're like, yeah, thank you so much. Hey, would you mind doing me a favor? After you've just done them a favor, of course they're gonna be like, oh yeah, for sure. What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys do like an email newsletter like most businesses do? Because I partnered with a couple of the ones that do an email newsletter, and what they actually did is they are sending out a 1 week free to come check us out around the corner. What we know is word of mouth is one of the best ways for our business to grow, because we have an absolutely amazing product with a crazy awesome team, and it yields amazing results. In fact, you know what? If you can get me hooked up with that, I would love for you to come check us out. Let me give you a month for free. Let me give you a week for free. How are you going to tell me no to that, right? I've done you a favor now, right? And this is already after we got through the gatekeepers, right? I'm talking to somebody that can make this decision, whether it's a manager or an owner.
Yeah, not
getting through that.
Sales clerk.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is you had mentioned, okay, the complementary businesses, but then kind of going outside of that as well. I actually just this weekend got a text message from a car wash company, and they said, come join us for a free workout while you wait for your car being washed. How? And I
Crazy, right?
it's crazy.
But you have a captive audience. It is now, right? But you have a captive audience, right? You're hanging out there for 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
Like, now I'm putting on a commercial for you.
Right.
Right? Here's your Costco sample.
Right, exactly. So that is huge for you guys to take home. It's, it's good to partner with the complimentary, the juices, the chiropractors, the massage places, but thinking outside the box where I drink wine and I also work out. That's the reason I work out, because I want the cookies, I want the wine,
Right.
don't want pizza. I'm not a big pizza girl, but
How could you not like it's pizza? See, this is why I don't ever tell anybody, okay? Because everyone always freaks out and acts like it's a personal attack. It's not my fault. I was born this way.
Other foods, you can look in real further, but in our 360 program, we dive deep into this, and some of our members have seen amazing success stories. There's one in our recent power call. I'm not even going to give it away here. You have to hear, but it was, everyone's mind was blown. It's something you did. And so if you guys want to learn more about that, again, click the link in the description below. Anything else though you wanted to add, just to reiterate that you guys need to do this if you're not doing it now?
Yeah, here's the thing is we get so caught up in the digital marketing, right? And we want to put all our eggs in that basket. We've got to make sure that our eggs are in that basket and the next basket and the next basket and the next basket. And, business to business just happens to be one of those baskets. But at any given moment, you want to have somewhere between 5 and 8 lines in the water to ensure that your lead flow is constant and consistent. Without leads, we don't have a business.
Yeah.
Right? We can't acquire new members. We can't make those sales. So, I know there's going to be some of you guys out there that are like business to business and the grassroots stuff is like old school.
Gotta work.
It's not old school, it's proven school.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? There's a reason that it still happens.
Exactly.
Is it work? Heck yeah, it is. But you don't get to a level of success without the work.
Right.
Right?
Right.
The same thing you tell your members.
Exactly. And for you guys at home, Matt was mentioning this kind of for pre-sales, but we have a cheat sheet for you. It's for an event for the full year, so you guys can throw events. This could be a great opportunity to give the business to business, creating those relationships if you haven't in the past, and now you want to start doing that. Some events you can actually invite these partnerships to come to. So go ahead and click that link in the description below for that free cheat sheet to give you ideas on what you can do for the full year. It's a full year's plan of what you can do. So, and if you enjoyed this video and you want more free content just like this, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.